Shabbat shalom, everyone. Once, a bird was feeding in an apple orchard, and when it had eaten its fill, it flew off, holding just one apple seed in its beak. As the bird was flying high over the forest, the seed dropped from its beak and fell all the way down to the ground. The apple seed landed in the middle of a forest of oak trees, giant oak trees, and the seed laid there all winter. In the spring, the sun warmed the earth and the rain gave moisture, and that little seed sprouted into a sapling of an apple tree. Now, it was rather unusual for one single apple tree to grow in the middle of a forest of oak trees. Oak trees are tall and broad and towering. In fact, one would expect that those giant oak trees would have blocked out all the light and that the sun wouldn't have been able to reach the apple tree. But there was this small opening in the canopy of the oak branches, and with that, enough of the sun's light shone through and got to the apple tree that the light gave it life. And as it grew, the apple tree could see a patch of blue sky during the day through that opening, and at night that patch was black and filled with stars twinkling in the sky. And the apple tree, the only one of its kind, was lonely and sad. And so one night the apple tree prayed. The apple tree said, "Oh God, please let the stars fall through the patch and come to rest on my limbs so that they can shine inside me and brighten up my life." During the night, the apple tree kept looking at its branches. No stars fell. On the second night, the apple tree prayed again, "Oh God, please let the stars fall through the patch and come to rest on my limbs so they can shine inside me and brighten up my life." But no stars fell. And on the third night, the apple tree uttered that self-same prayer. But after 2 sleepless nights, the apple tree was so tired, and he nodded off to a deep sleep. No stars were coming. But during that night, a strong wind blew in and clouds covered the patch. The wind shook the limbs of the apple tree violently, and a hard rain drove down upon the tree. When the apple tree awoke in the morning, it was startled. It looked at its limbs and it was in shock. The limbs were stripped bare by the wind and the rain, and all the tree's apples, shaken from the limbs, were lying on the ground, burst open from the impact of the fall. The apple tree was on the verge of bursting into tears, lowered its head sadly. Then the apple tree saw something that brought a smile to its face. When the apples had fallen, they split open down the middle. They had turned sideways from the fall. The impact opened them from side to side, not top to bottom. And the apple tree looked at the inside of every apple and saw that on the inside of every apple was a star. God had indeed answered the prayer of the apple tree years ago by putting a star inside of every single apple. Sometimes we don't realize where blessings might be, where little moments of beauty are hiding, and it's our job to find them. So I wish you peace, and I wish you luck and strength as you look for all those little blessings in the world. Shabbat shalom.